One of the 5 goals of Portland State University's strategic plan is to advance excellence in teaching and research. It is intentional that teaching and research are linked in this one goal. It sends a strong message in both substance and symbolism that these are complementary activities and not competing priorities. PSU's research accomplishments and aspirations are not in competition with our student success and community engagement focus. In fact, research is an integral part of the success of our students, the quality of their educational experience, the vibrancy of our faculty and staff, and the contributions we make to our community. At PSU, we take pride in attracting and retaining the highest quality faculty and entrusting them with the academic freedom to achieve Portland State University's mission as a top urban research and teaching university. The research opportunities for our graduate and undergraduate students are like none I have ever seen. This vlog is designed to shine the spotlight on research and creative scholarly activity at PSU and to share some of the recent work being done to support and elevate our efforts. I've invited Professor Jason Podrofsky, who is our Associate VP for Research and Strategic Partnerships and who served as the chair of our biology department and is an active researcher, along with Ken Ma, who is our Director of Media Relations in University Communications, to share some recent developments. So Jason, I'm going to start with you. Relatively new to the Associate VP role in the research office, but certainly not new to PSU. And can you tell us some of the initiatives? I know there are many, but maybe 1 or 2 initiatives that are going on that are supporting and advancing our research portfolio.
Sure, thanks, Sana. I think one of the major initiatives I've been working on is trying to figure out focal areas for research and scholarly or creative activity around campus. Really looking at where we have existing strengths now and where we might want to focus our resources for investment in the future, where we can grow for maximal impact. I think that we've been doing this in a very deliberate way, talking with faculty and administrators and trying to figure out where they see areas for growth and where we're currently strong. And also looking at it from a data standpoint of where we have significant investments already, where we're already tapping into local and national resources in an effective way, but also where there's been significant investment at both the state and federal level that we're not currently tapping into that we might be able to capitalize on.
Great.
So we've been having those discussions. Another major initiative that I've been trying to push forward is really figuring out how we can support a atmosphere that is both creative and scholarly and innovative and gives people the space to do the work that they really want to do here while balancing all the other responsibilities of being a faculty or being a student. So we're really looking at ways of trying to find opportunities for both faculty and students to participate in research in a meaningful way that helps them to develop their careers or their career pathway. And then the last major initiative I think is worth talking about, especially with Ken here, is really trying to put a spotlight on the great work that our faculty and students are already doing. Sort of, I think of it as telling the story of PSU. What are the things that our faculty and students are engaged in that is impactful and that's having effects on our community in positive ways, and that we haven't maybe and sometimes in the past been so good at telling that story.
Well, great. That leads me right into a question I want to ask Ken, and that is there are many ways to get the word out about what our faculty and staff and students are doing in terms of research and creative activity. What are some of the things that we have been doing, and what are some of the things that are on the horizon?
Yeah, absolutely, Sana, and thank you for having me on this vlog. So we're very excited from a university communications standpoint to promote all the great research that's going on here at PSU. I've spent the majority of my career working with academic researchers, and there's so many wonderful things that are coming out of the research lab. They're really making an impact in society, whether it's through industry, through technology transfer, or just spreading new knowledge. So there's a lot of that going on at PSU. So our job is to promote it in many ways in the external channels. We want to engage the media on the research. We send out press releases. We use a database called Eureka Alert, where a researcher publishes their study. We put the study on this database, and it reaches scientific based reporters that work for trade publications. They get these stories and then they cover it. And we also use new methods of promoting this. We're big on social media, and one of the wonderful tools that we use is Reddit. I'm not sure how familiar everybody is with Reddit, but it's a social media tool that engages people to, as experts, talk about their subject matter. So we've already used that tool for researchers to talk about their studies, whether it's a science, social science. It's something that 65 million people are signed up to listen to. So we've already done that. We're trying to expand that as well. We've also partnered with Portland Public Schools, and I'm really excited about this partnership. We call it the Virtual Science Lab, and we're going to do it once a month, where a researcher talks about their field of study. It could be climate change, it could be viruses, it could be earthquakes, it could be sustainability, and they can also do an experiment with the students at that particular school. I mean, how cool is that, Sana?
Oh, that's pretty neat.
So we're going to start that. It's going to be, we're going to kick it off in April. And we're very excited about these new tools that we're working with Jason's office to promote research.
That's great. I mean, I know we've used PDX Scholar as a very effective tool for getting the work of our faculty visible. How effective are some of these other tools that you just described?
These tools have been phenomenal. First of all, I think PDX Scholar is a great tool to promote research in general, and we'd want to expand on its reach. But these other tools, we've had researchers from our School of Social Work, Dora Raymaker, talk about her experiences as an autistic researcher herself, doing research on with people with autism in the workplace, and this is NIH funded. She was on Reddit. Thousands of people watched her Reddit 1 hour talk. Hundreds of questions came in, and what was the real kicker on that is not only did she get to share her knowledge, but she found a lot of participants for her study. Normally it would take forever, but on Reddit, she did it in an hour.
Great.
And we had another researcher, Emily Schaefer, talk about her work on her surname study about women taking men's last names. And the result of her talk on Reddit was she was able to attract national attention. There's a big documentary that that crew is doing on this subject, and they want to interview her. And then now when she puts her own name in Google, because of Reddit's popularity, it comes up very high in the search engine. So we're seeing great results.
That's great. That's great. I have a practical question for you, Jason. Well, maybe it's not practical, but it's one that everybody wants to know. And that is, what kind of support can faculty expect to get from the research office, Research and Strategic Partnership Office?
Right, excellent question. I mean, of course, there's the basics of submitting grants and then managing those grants after you get them. But we also do a number of other things, including intellectual property, commercialization, consulting. If you want to file a patent, we have a person that can help you do that. We also are working really hard now to try to figure out ways to help people network better across the campus, but also with our many strategic partners in the Portland area and beyond. And we're here to really try to help innovate with people. If you have an idea, if you want to try to build some program at PSU, you can engage with us, and we can try to help to get you in touch with the people that can help make it happen.
Ken, a question for you, since you're the communications guy. What's so compelling about the PSU research and creative scholarly activity story?
PSU research is dynamic. I mean, that's one of the reasons I wanted to work here, because PSU does a lot of research that's very impactful for the community, that's very transformational. And I think a couple examples of that, we have Andrew Fountain. He's an expert in extreme climates. He goes down to Antarctica frequently, and he is an expert on the changes in Antarctica and the climate changes there. What does it mean for the rest of us? We have Ken Stedman. He's our virus hunter. He goes around the world finding viruses, discovers new viruses. He's an expert on viruses, what they mean, good versus bad, or not all viruses are bad. We have research here in the city. Now, I take public transportation. We have a great system in Portland. It's called TriMet. And we have a researcher, Brian Renauer, that works with TriMet to do research on what happens to fare evaders. These are things that, and his research has led to changes in how the district attorney prosecutes fare evaders.
Oh, I bet you lots of students should read that.
They should, yeah. But I promise, I have my ticket every time I'm on board. So we just have impactful research done on many levels, at a local level, national level, international level. It just makes my job exciting. I come to work really, exciting, and a lot of creative juices flowing, and I love working with Jason and his team to get the story out.
Great. Well, I want to thank both of you. This has really been a great conversation for me. And I just want to say at PSU we're seeing great success of our faculty, staff, and our students in securing large research grants, publishing and disseminating their scholarly work, and making an impact locally, regionally, nationally, and internationally, as you just mentioned, Ken. And I'm pretty excited about the future of research at PSU. This year we initiated a bridge funding program to support our research faculty, and there's more information about that at the Provost Office website, and we're conducting a national search for a new Vice President for Research and Strategic Partnerships. And I have to say the level of interest and the quality of the applicants has been amazing, and I think speaks to the quality and potential at PSU. I volunteered to chair the search committee because I really believe that research and creative activity are critical to PSU's future. There's so much more we could share about activity at PSU in terms of research, but if we told the whole story here, it would need to be a long-running, weekly television series, and I know I have you two for just a short amount of time. But I encourage everyone to visit the Research and Strategic Partnership website, especially part of the site that has research profiles and the RSP quarterly review to learn more. So again, thank you both.
Thank you.
Thank you.